You know, folks, I sell a lot of coins here, obviously. I've been doing it for a very, very long time. This coin is really, I think, one of the most unique coins that I've sold in a long time. And this price, I got to be honest, I can make an argument we made a mistake by only putting it at $699.95. Let's start at the beginning. I guess that's always the best place to start. November 1985, President Ronald Reagan signs the Liberty Coin Act into law, creating the American Silver Eagle, the most popularly collected silver coin in the world today. 1986, very first year of issue. So we start at that. That's the first level of collectability. Very first 1986 American Silver Eagle, first year of issue. Secondly, we see there that it has a little parenthetical S, that it was struck at the San Francisco Mint. We didn't actually find that out until about 4 years ago. Prior to that, we thought they were all at the Philadelphia Mint. Subsequently, we found out after a Freedom of Information Act request that the United States Mint struck them all at the San Francisco Mint. So now we have these correctly attributed, San Francisco Mint, first year of issue, mint state 70 perfect, which understand, when they first started making these, they basically thought they were making silver bars. They were just doing this as a bullion. Now, it was a coin, but they didn't treat it like they treat, you know, the nice coins that they do today. Today, they treat everything special. So they made a fair number of these coins, not that many. I mean, it's still only about 20% of the mintage of like the last 10 years or so, on average. So getting mint state 70 is extraordinarily difficult in 1986 coins. So now we have first year of issue, correctly attributed, absolutely perfect mint state 70. And if we look at that, and you look out there, I found a couple of them out here. Here's a 1986 correctly attributed at $1,425. I love this. Last one, 21 sold. Last one, 21 sold at $1,475. Last one, 21 sold. Here's another one, $1,328, 4 available, 1 sold at $1,328. This one not correctly attributed, but it's still a 1986 perfect American Silver Eagle. So $1,300, $1,400, $1,500. But here's the thing that this coin then brings. So first of all, I'm, about half the price just for mint state, for just a mint state 70 perfect first year of issue American Silver Eagle. What I really want you to focus on is where it says first strike coin there. First strike coin, that is a designation that is from the first 30 days of issue. Now this is 3+ decades ago. So how do we know that it's a first strike coin? Well, back in the day when they first started making these, they literally numbered the boxes. They literally numbered the boxes. Now the boxes were sealed. So when we got our boxes into Annex and they opened them up, these were out of the very first boxes that were ever done. We know they were first strike coins. We know that when they were released. Now, the vast majority of these boxes were opened up long before we graded coins, long before we did first strike attributions, that you've done that. So now we have first year of issue, correctly attributed, absolutely perfect, and first strike. I've only ever seen the early release first strike designation one other time before. There were some NGC coins out there, and they're like $5,000 because now you've got the incredible rarity of this. So you have first year of issue, everybody gravitates to that. You've got it certified absolutely perfect mint state 70, also incredibly rare and incredibly important in high grade. The vast majority of them are mint state 69 or lower. This represents maybe 1% of the mintage. But now we add this additional designation of first strike. Nobody else in the market is going to be able to sell you a first strike perfect first year of issue American Silver Eagle for $699. Because here's what happened. We bought several buckets. We got lucky. They were good ones because they were early buckets. So they were first strike. So they were the first coins off the die. So there's some of the first boxes that were ever released. So that's why we got an okay number. I mean, we're talking about like 100 and something coins here, okay, that were mint state 70. Normally we would only get maybe 20 or 30 or 40. But they're also first strike. That first strike designation that you see right there is as important, actually, to some degree, in terms of valuation, in terms of collectability, in terms of desirability. It is even more important. It is even more important than anything else that is out there. than anything else that is out there. Please understand that. And nobody else can do first strike or first release, anything that you want. That specific extra designation is absolutely crucial, absolutely critical to the value of this coin. Now understand, first year of issue by itself, Mint State 69, we're talking about $129, $149 coin because that first year of issue is so desirable. Every collector wants one. Then you have it where it's been correctly attributed that it's a San Francisco minted coin. So that's really important as well. And then the Mint State 70, once again, when we go back to these original coins, the United States Mint, first of all, the minting process wasn't as advanced, as technologically advanced as it is today. So all of those early coins up until basically 2000 are very difficult to get in Mint State 70. And then, of course, you know, the Mint, like everybody else, every other manufacturer on the planet, has upped their game over the last quarter century. So today, we can get upwards of 20% of the brand new coins made from the United States Mint are Mint State 70. Back in the day, those were single-digit numbers, low single digits for the most part. And so that's really important for you to understand. So the Mint State 70, that perfect designation from the first year of the issue, is also incredibly important. Like I said, when we take a look at this, so like here's just a regular Mint State 70. This one's $1,328 right here. Here's one right here correctly attributed with the S Mint, $1,425. Look at this, 21 sold last one that you have with that. So that is, you know, now we've covered the 1986. Now we've covered the fact that it's Mint State 70 perfect. But now we're half those prices. But now let's add into the equation what I would say is arguably the single most important part of this coin and this value and this collectability and all of that is the first strike. The fact that once we got these boxes, and they were original sealed boxes from the Mint. Of course, now you go back to 1986. Who had boxes around from 1986? Well, we found some boxes. And when they opened up those boxes, we know by the box number that's inside. It's funny, they did like a little ticker tape, like one of those old adding machines, and they put that in there. They actually signed it, countersigned it, put a date on, put a box number on it, and they did that whole thing. So we know by that box number, that it is a first strike coin. That is one of the coins from the first 30 days. And that adds so significantly because it is now, we didn't start grading American Silver Eagles until about the year 2000. So at that point already, 14, 15 years had passed, and the vast majority of these coins, the vast majority of these boxes have been opened. And once they're opened, anywhere but at the grading company, you cannot designate, early release, first strike, or anything else like that. So for us to be able to get this now and add that early release designation, that first strike designation to these coins, adds substantially to the value. So not only are we extraordinarily well priced in the market for a regular Mint State 70, absolutely perfect American Silver Eagle. But in terms of a first strike early release, there's nobody else, no place else in the market that you can get this anywhere near $699. It's never going to be $1,000. I've seen, early releases selling for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in the 1986. That designation is so critically important. So first year of issue, correctly attributed to the San Francisco Mint. Absolutely perfect Mint State 70. Very, very difficult for American Silver Eagles. And then last, and certainly not least, is the first strike designation. So basically coins that were struck and released for the first 30 days that the United States Mint made this in the very first year of issue. All of this together, it is an absolutely, positively unique numismatic collectible. It is unreplaceable, irreplaceable, based on the first strike designation. My quantities are extraordinarily limited, and our $699 price point is absolutely unbeatable. Please, please, please add this to your collection today.